That rub recipe there comes out about this much, and when you recycle a bottle like I did, it fills up about a 9-ounce rub container. Alright. Okay, pulled pork has been soaking. I injected it earlier with apple juice, brown sugar, salt, and pepper. Just a little bit of salt and pepper. Now we're going to put the mustard on here. Right. Give it a good coating of mustard. I'm going to do all the sides, even the fat cap. And then we're going to use that rub there and sprinkle the rub on there. But I only got 2 hands, so I'll be back after a second. So you can see I got the rub on there. And again, I'm going to do it all on all the sides, and to include the fat cap. Alright, that's what it's going to look like before it goes on. Got the coals going on out there. Once it gets hot enough, about 250 is what I'm looking at, I'm going to get this on. And we'll see how it goes from there. Alright, I got it in. Temperature dropped down just a little bit. But it'll get back up. Smoking with some pecan wood. Smoking with some pecan wood. We got it going in there. Oh, it's going to be good when it gets done. 10 o'clock at night is when I'm starting. Okay, it's been about 6 hours now with the pulled pork on the smoker. And we're going to throw this little brisket on there as well. So I'm going to put some rub on there. I'm going to try it with that same rub that I got on the pulled pork. On there pretty good. A bit more. Get a little bit on the fat cap there. And on to the smoker it goes. Okay, we're going to take a look at our pork butt. It's already 165. Look at that thing. Okay, we're going to put it right there on that full. Top it off a little bit of apple juice, wrap it, and put it back in. Man, look at that thing. It's looking good. Okay, I just poured a little bit of apple juice in there, as you can see. Now I'm going to double wrap it. Okay, going to do our no-knead bread. Simple. Got flour, active dry yeast, lukewarm water, and we're going to use about 4 1/3 cups of flour. So I'm just going to pour this in, get it all stirred up, and by the time we're done with it, it's going to look like this one here. And when we get this stirred up real good, we're going to do the flour 1 cup at a time. First cup going in, get a good stir. And then after we get this done, we're going to cover it and let it rise for about an hour. Again, this is a no-knead recipe. No-knead bread. Get some of this other flour in. I just broke the cup, so I don't have the handle on it. Alright, we'll check it out after an hour, see how well it's risen. And before we cook it on the top, we're going to put some olive oil, a little bit of salt, maybe some rosemary, before we put it on the Dutch oven and get it cooking. Okay, now we're going to do a rotisserie stuffed pork loin. I'm going to stuff it with some green onion, some onion, and some garlic. Alright, let's get to it. So I split it in half, or butterflied it. Got my rub, well, olive oil, then the rub, onions, green peppers, and garlic. Now to fold it over, tie it up, and rub the top. There it is, ready to go and spit. Let's get that sucker on there. Alright, about 2 hours in. Getting ready to replace some of the coals. Pan is hot. And mulch caught on just a little bit. My first time trying this setup. It was supposed to rain today. That's why I got this little makeshift PVC pipe thing to put a tarp over it, try to keep my stuff, the coals, from burning too quick. Now I got to deal with a little bit of wind, but we're going to get through it. There's the bread rising. Getting ready to throw them in the Dutch oven. Alright, I'm recording. Olive oil, the chicken, and then I use some Cajun spice mixed in with some of this Tony's Creole. Now it's going on the smoker. Okay, switch the wood with the chicken in there now to cherry wood. Everything else is looking good, coming along nicely. Then got the bread in. All we did to finish up the bread was olive oiled it, some fresh rosemary from Crystal's garden, and some salt on top. So we're going to check this in about 35 minutes. Alright, pulling the brisket off. Fat cap still up. Gonna wrap it now to finish the cook. And I got a little beef broth in here I made. I'm gonna pour that in there as well to marinate it. Wrap it up. Get it to the 195. Okay, just an update. Just an update. I need to get more water in that pan down there. Smoker's going good. We still got to do the bourbon peach beans and mac and cheese. Rotisserie's kicking pretty good. And this bread, I just had to put more coals on it. Wasn't up to 400 degrees yet, but it's rising up some. So everything looking good. Boy, look at that bread. Other one still got a little time to go, but man, look at that one. Did get a little bit of ash on it, but that's alright, it'll eat. So Tristan's going to do the cakes. He's going to make it like it says on the box. Then we're going to pan, spray the pan, fruit in the bottom, cake mixture on top. You don't mix it. Then you let it ride. Pouring the mixture on top of the cherry. Alright. Baked beans with peach, and what do we put in? Peach Crown Royal. It's going in the baked pan there. And then cornbread, folded in, or will fold in the jalapeno peppers chopped up, and some cheddar cheese. That's going to go on in a second. Okay, cheese sauce. I'll put a stick of butter in there because I'm doing 2 pounds of mac and cheese. Did 8 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of mustard powder. I just pour this half and half. Once this gets thickened up and starts to boil, I will add some cream cheese and all the other cheeses. Okay, that's what it's looking like. 8 ounces cream cheese mixed into it, and 6 cups of fine shredded. 3 mixed cheese is what I use. And we're going to put it in the macaroni here in a second, and maybe add a little bit more milk if it needs to look a little bit more creamier. Okay, I did add a little bit more milk to get it nice and creamy. There you go. Alright, finished it off with smoked paprika, pepper, and salt. Now onto the smoker with a lot of cherry wood. Alright, small brisket and the pulled pork before I start shredding it. Just want to let you see what it looks like before I shred it and get it on the table. Looking good. Alright, let's look at this stuffed pork loin. It's rested. Oh man. Look at that, stuffed. I'm going to get ready to slice it up here in a second. Food's almost all done. Guests are almost all here. And there's that Cajun chicken. Smoked Cajun chicken. Let it rest a little bit longer and we'll cut it up. Okay, finished product. There's that stuffed pork loin. Came out pretty good. That Cajun smoked chicken, pulled pork, and brisket. Then, look at all these breads. Breads, look at that. And this is the jalapeno cornbread. Smoked mac and cheese. This ain't gonna last very long. That ain't gonna last long at all. Baked peach beans, bourbon. And then 2 cakes. We got a oh yeah, comes off a little bit, but look at that lemon blueberry cake. And then here is our chocolate cherry cake. We're going to eat good. That's why I got such a slamming body.